whenever I'm in a room and an architect says, hey, what are pools going for? Or a client says, hey, what should we budget for a pool? That's a loaded question. So here's how I would like to break it down. So let's just say a pool is $100,000. I'm not saying that this pool is $100,000. What I'm saying is let's call a pool $100,000 in its price. So if we break that $100,000 down, in general, to get the mechanicals in, the structure done, the gunite finished, so basically, and the equipment, so basically everything except for the waterline tile and the coping, let's just call that 70% of the cost of the pool, okay? So $70,000 is the structure, the mechanicals, the equipment, and the plastering, okay, of the pool. The other 30%, we'll just call it the waterline tile, material and labor, and the coping, material and labor. So that's a general sort of picture of a $100,000 pool. Now, what are the things that drive that cost up? Number one is the engineering. You can see behind me we have piers, and what you don't see are the beams that we're going to pour in this pool. So there is a structural component, all right? That's part of the cost. Permitting, what part of the city are you in? Do you need a permit? Do you not? When we have permits, a lot of times there's a back and forth, and that means time for the pool contractors that they need to invest in that process. Third thing is this pool elevated? Okay, if this pool is 10 feet up, well then we have finishing on all the sides, we have additional engineering, which means more gunite, and you can see the costs adding up. Okay, so the other question is, well, how much are spas? So this pool does not have a spa, but if it were to have a spa, I would say generally, let's just call that $30,000, okay? And the same rules apply. 70% is the actual spa, and then the rest is the finish out work. So just remember, every pool is different. I always take a look at it from percentages and try to evaluate budget decisions based on the big information first, okay? But then you also have certain conditions, like where I'm standing right now, this is going to be decking. So this is going to be concrete poured, and then we have concrete tiles that are custom made, and this entire space will be filled with some concrete tile. So there's a number for that at some point needs to be evaluated. If it were grass, totally different number. Okay, so what's happening outside of the pool also is part of this pool process.